Hi, welcome back. I hope you're doing great. I'm going to be doing a tag for you today that I have been seeing going around YouTube that I really have enjoyed the answers, and I think it's a really fun one. And it is the I Heart the 80s tag. And yes, I was around during the 80s. I was born in 1964, so the 80s were the time when I graduated high school, I graduated nursing school, I was a older teen and a early 20s young lady. So let's get started. There are only a few questions, and the first one is, what is my favorite 80s movie? I love the John Hughes movies, The Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire, 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink. Love all those. Another movie that I absolutely adored at that time was Flashdance. Whenever I see it, I am so reminded of someone that I really cared about way back then. He was one of the first boys that I ever really just kind of gave my heart to. So we weren't in love, but it was more of me loving him. But anyway, it was a great time. I went to see that movie with him, and anytime I see it, I am always reminded of him. I remember coming home after that movie and for weeks and weeks putting on my leotards and my leg warmers and doing the maniac on the floor and doing all the things thinking I was that main character. So that was an absolute favorite. The second question is, what is your favorite 80s TV show? To be honest, during the 80s I didn't watch that much TV. I think one of the funny, silly TV shows that was on was that show Alf, with the little fuzzy character that was the alien life form, and he lived with a family and he was always trying to get back to his planet, and he was a little stinker too, so a little troublemaker. So that's a 80s show that I remember. The next one is, what is your favorite 80s music artist? My favorite was Pat Benatar. I loved her. I wanted to be her. I dressed like her. I tried to act like her. Loved her. To this day, she's just somebody, when I see, out performing, I am so excited. I'm so happy that she's still out there rocking it. I liked Cyndi Lauper, the Go-Go's. I liked Michael Jackson, REO Speedwagon, Air Supply. That's an 80s band. But yeah, Pat Benatar, absolutely fave. Favorite 80s look. I had kind of two 80s looks. First was my casual mini skirt, jean mini skirt. Wore them all the time, with the big sweatshirt that I would cut off the collar and slant down and wear the t-shirt underneath. And it always had to be a different color than the sweatshirt, with big earrings. And then in my second hole, which I don't have any longer because they closed, I wore little tiny studs, and sometimes I wore mismatched earrings, but I had to kind of sneak out of the house for that, because even though I was past 18, my mom was really funny about certain styles, and she always thought that, like, not good girls wore the different earrings. I don't know why, but so I sort of snuck out of the house wearing the different earrings. I remember that, but always real big, and try to get my hair as big as possible. And then the second was, like, for dressy times, I remember it was a big rage in the early 80s, menswear, and they made it for women, but men's were inspired, let's say. And I had a lot of cute little outfits, like a tuxedo outfit with a little tuxedo bow and a really cute blouse, and tuxedo pants with the black line on the back that zippered in the back, and they were just really cute. And I had another outfit that had like a polka dotted tie with a striped shirt and a vest, really like that. So those were my things, but always with the big earrings, leg warmers when I could, and yeah, just a lot of pops of color. Yeah, that was me in the 80s. Favorite year in the 1980s. I think every year was a good year. somehow. In 1982 I graduated high school, so that was a great year, a lot of fun, a lot of good times with my friends. 1984 I graduated nursing school, so that was really good. Between 82 and 84 were kind of tougher years. I had some personal family issues that went on that were very trying, and I was studying at the same time for nursing, and so those were kind of the more serious years. But you know, life goes on, and I enjoyed the rest of my time. So every year I think was a great time during the 80s. It was great to be young and free in a certain way, and have a lot of good times with my friends and my family too. But back then it was a lot, you know, hanging out with friends and going on dates and going on group dates and just having a great time, roller skating and all kinds of fun stuff. So that is the I Heart the 80s. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you would like to do it, I will leave the questions down below, and please do so, because I would love to see your answers. And hope you enjoy this, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.